Hi, I'm Julia from DoYogaWithMe.com. This is our Pilates core burn class, so all about the core for sure. This is a more advanced class, so if you're not familiar with Pilates, I would not recommend doing this one quite yet. Just get yourself familiar first and then come back to us later. And also, if you've just given birth or you've had abdominal surgery, I also would recommend holding off on this one, especially until you have the go-ahead from your physiotherapist or your doctor, because it is an intense one. Every day is different. Please take breaks as you need, but I really look forward to doing this core class with you. Enjoy. All right, welcome. We're going to start on our backs today, remembering that every day is a different day. And so if you need to take any breaks, this is a fairly intense class. Just make sure you take those breaks, take that time for you. So starting on your back, we're just going to get into the pelvic floor to begin, and then we're going to go ramp up fairly quickly. So with your knees bent, hip distance apart and parallel, find your tailbone, just gently resting down into the floor. Try to soften your ribs a little bit. You might place your hands on your lower abdomen, and we're just going to take a couple of breaths here. Nice and wide into the rib cage. Full exhale to release and really come into your body. Next time you exhale, please draw up through the pelvic floor, little gentle engagement without moving the bony structures of your body. So just the musculature area, and then inhale and release. So we'll do that a couple times using your exhale to engage the pelvic floor. So important to start from the base and then start to build up from there. Next time you exhale, we'll go into now a pelvic tilt. So you press your low back into the mat. This is an imprint. And then as you inhale, start to release. And if you like to have your hands there, you can keep them there or you can rest them by your sides. Exhaling, starting that imprint, the low back presses down. Inhale to release and lengthen. One more time. Beautiful. From here, we're going to start the same way, and we're going to hold down now. So continue to breathe while you're here. And for all the poses, as I keep talking, please keep breathing. That's so important. I'll be going off on tangents. So holding that imprint, low back, pressing down. Bring one leg up to tabletop and then the other and squeeze them together so they're adducted. Find those inner thighs connected. Recommit to the core, the low back pressing down. Arms are now resting by your side, and we're going to take them right out wide to the side. So a very gentle movement to the side. That's an inhale. And then exhale, press that low back down, engage through the core, bring it back to center. Inhale to the other side and exhale in. So we're moving side to side, and this is not a grand movement. This is very small movement so that we're able, again, to tap into the core and the transversus abdominis, those low-level stabilizers, to just move your pelvis and move your legs. You should feel your abdomen moving here. And try not to be lifting up through the shoulders or take that into your neck. Last side. Coming to the center. You can keep those legs lifted or you can bring them down to the floor, moving to the upper abdominals. Taking an inhale, start to look towards your knees, and then exhale to curl yourself up. Your arms lift off the mat. Inhale here, and then exhale to roll yourself back down, one vertebra at a time. Inhaling, prepare. Exhale to roll up. Keep your tailbone anchored down now. There's a little hover under your low back. Neutral spine. Rolling down. Last time like this. Reaching long through your fingertips. It's almost as if the back of your armpits are pulling down towards your waistband. And roll all the way down. So bring your legs back up to tabletop. Now we're holding in the neutral spine rather than having your low back pressing down. Just going to go into some toe taps. So we're going to exhale to tap your toes down to the mat. Doesn't matter what leg you start with. And then exhale the other side. So it's an inhale to bring it back up and an exhale down. Now we're going to curl our upper body up. So exhale to come up, hold, and then we'll straighten one leg away from you. Place your hands outside the knee on the other side. One hand might be reaching long. Inhale here and then exhale to switch out, single leg stretch. Keep your tailbone anchored, keep your core quiet and in control, and as much as you can, try not to poof up through the abdomen here, through rectus abdominis. We really want to flatten out through the core. Exhale, reach long, strong legs. I'm going to speed it up a little bit. Each time is an exhale. Now you can continue in this movement. You could tap your toes down to the ground. You could take a break if you need, or you can bring your hands behind your ears, and we're going to start to alternate into our bicycle. Really keep those elbows out nice and wide as you cross over. You shouldn't be sweeping those arms across here. That's the ego taking over, really trying to trick you into thinking that you're doing broader movements than you are, but we want to make sure that this stays within the core region. You're able to turn your rib cage side to side. Now we're going to hold, reach those legs long, curl up across through the rib cage. One more inhale here. Let's exhale to the other side and hold here. Again, reaching long. Try to relax around your shoulders, your throat. Still breathing. Another inhale. Exhale, come back to the center and roll yourself back down. You might bring your feet down. You might lift up your hips. Might give yourself a little wiggle. Going right into our scissors from here, we're going to straighten our legs up towards the ceiling. Inhaling here and then exhaling to curl yourself up. Reach one leg long away and then switch legs. So it's an inhale as you switch and an exhale as you reach. You can place your hands on your leg, but try not to really pull in through your hands. We're just placing them there gently. Keep it again, relaxed around the shoulders and the throat. You could have your head on the mat here if you needed. Keep the tailbone anchored down and really keep quiet again through the core. Doing great. Let's do two more. Curl everything in, roll yourself back down. Stretch out on the mat. You'll bring your arms out overhead, going to a roll up. You can flex your feet here. We want to start by engaging the pelvic floor. We're taking an inhale and an exhale out to prepare. Inhale, start to look towards your toes. Bring your arms up, curl all the way over. Inhale, start to round yourself back. Exhale, roll down one vertebra at a time. Bring your arms out overhead. Inhaling and exhaling to curl through. Trying to keep this real rounded shape. Try to tuck your tailbone under as you come down. Two more like this. Use that breath. See if you can get that blow out through your mouth to start before you find the movement, just to really engage through the abdominals. This time we're going to go down very slowly. Slow is the name of the game. Try to keep that tail tucked under. Try to find your breath while you're here. Keep curling in through the low abdominals. And then roll yourself all the way down. Nice work. Coming over onto our side. So you can just roll right on over. Place your forearm onto the mat. Coming up into a side plank from here. You might have your lower knee down for some support, but otherwise we're staying here. We're going to reach our top arm out overhead. Again, set through the shoulders. Make sure that your hips are pushing a little bit forward. We're in line, heels, hips, and shoulders. I'm going to lift that back top leg. Take an inhale here and exhale, knee and elbow come together. Inhale to reach and exhale to bring it in. Now taking a break again. Anytime if you need. Otherwise, nice strong leg. Whole body is really engaged as you're reaching long. And as much as you can, I probably wasn't doing it there, but try to keep your neck long and in line with your spine as well. We're doing three more. Woo, starting to feel that core. All right, let's come into our plank now on the front. So you can stay in a forearm plank here, or you could come up onto your hands. We're just going to hold here as we find our posture, our long staff, neutral spine. Try to reach the top of your head away from your heels. Lift your belly button up away from the floor. One more big breath here, and then we're going to the other side. So again, finding your side plank, finding that balance, lift your bottom hip, lift your waist, and then reach that top arm out overhead. You're going to lift that back leg, point your toes, take a big inhale, and exhale to curl in. Inhale to reach. Try to avoid sticking your bum out behind you as you do that. We really do want to stay in one line as much as possible. Working a lot through those shoulder stabilizers. Working a lot through the core, of course, on the sides. Helping to support your back, helping to support your body. Let's do two more. Keep with that breath as best you can. If you do anything at all today, make sure you just keep on breathing. Coming back to a plank. Ooh. We're gonna come all the way up onto our hands now. You could make fists if your wrists are uncomfortable. Long line, so out the back heels, right out the top of your head from here. Into a leg pull front. We're gonna lift our right leg off the mat. Heel is flexed back. And then we're gonna point those toes, shift back a little bit. Inhale to come back forward, exhale to lower the leg. Going to the other side, inhale to lift, exhale point, inhale forward, exhale down. So we're alternating side to side, 4-part breath. Of course, holding this plank gets very tricky. You might be starting to shake a little bit, I know I am. Getting those muscles working, learning, strengthening. Keep your head lifted, watch you're not looking back towards your toes. One more, both sides for the right. Fingers spread wide to support you, really gripping the mat with your hands. Woo! And bring it down. We'll just take a gentle shell stretch from here for a moment. Couple deep breaths into your back. And roll up. So coming to a seated twist from here, you could have your legs extended out in front of you, or you could sit cross-legged if it's not available for you to sit in that way with your legs straight out. Arms out to the side, there's just an extension of your shoulders. You're going to take an inhale, 3-part breath to the side, and then exhale, use your core to pull yourself back to center. In, 2, 3, and exhale back to center. In, 2, 3, and exhale back to center. Now you could keep doing this with straight arms if you like, or you could do this with your arms straight out in front of you, and you could add an elbow bend, really reaching through the opposite arm as you twist. Again, this is a core class, so we really want to bring the focus to our core as we draw ourselves back in towards the center to make the most of it. Last one. Great. Going into a half roll back from here. Bending your knees out in front of you, about hip distance apart. We're coming into that scooped position with the core again. So the tailbone really tucks under. Again, shoulders are relaxed. The whole body is curling here. And we're just going to inhale to slightly come back and then exhale to curl ourselves forward. Now we want to try and hold this curled position as best as we can while we do this. So it's a very small movement. We're really not going that far. Otherwise, we kind of start to pop out and do funny things. So try to keep that engagement right through those low abdominals like we did at the very beginning of class when we were rolling through into the imprint. We can add a rotation from here. So you'll sweep one hand down and back, bringing yourself forward, inhaling back. Exhale forward. Your palm faces down, kind of as if you're smearing sunscreen across someone's back. Other side. One more, both sides. Last one. Coming all the way down onto our backs here for our last 2 core exercises, I promise. We are almost there. If you are familiar with the teaser, you are welcome to do a few rounds of the teaser. If not, we'll do a double leg stretch here. So you're bringing your legs back to that tabletop position. Going to bring your hands either side of your thighs or knees. And you're going to exhale to curl yourself up and look towards your knees. Now this one, we're going to inhale to prepare. And as you exhale, imagine you're taking off a top hat. You're reaching those arms out long away from you. And then exhale again to bring it back in. So inhale to reach out and exhale to sweep in. Reach and out, keeping your upper body really curled up, keeping nice and long through those legs so they're strong and they're engaged players as well. Yeah. Last one. Now finishing up here, just the low abdominals again. You can bring your legs straight up towards the ceiling or even cross your ankles over. It's just going to be an inhale to lift the low abdominals up and then exhale down. So a very small movement to bring your hips up off the mat. Try to take that out of your shoulders and your neck. You don't have to go too high. This is a jackknife prep. You might alternate the legs. And that can help to take it out of your hip flexors too. If you're feeling any of this in your hip flexors, I really recommend crossing your ankles over. 2 more. Last one. Great. Bring your legs down. Reach your legs long. Reach your arms out overhead. Take the biggest breath ever here. Just really breathe into your core and let your whole body release down. You can stay there or you could come back up to a seated position because you just made it through your core class. Thanks for joining me.